Can you solve all these atomic structure questions? Atomic masses. Clear logic. Your choice neutron plus proton is sound. What is an atom? Well reasoned. Building block of elements is the correct choice. Protons plus neutrons. Excellent choice. Atomic mass is the right answer. From K to Khrushchev's. Smart move. Increasing atomic number is an accurate answer. Number of neutrons. Exactly. Nucleus stability makes sense. Atomic number 26 is... You got it. Your choice fee is right. Atomic mass is dash. Good thinking. Protons plus neutrons is the right answer. P plus is shorthand for. Excellent. Protons is a brilliant choice. Atomic number of argon. Great thinking. 18 is the right choice. Al plus 3 tell you the... Bravo. Charge of the atom is the answer. Where is a proton found? You chose within an atomic nucleus, and it is correct. Atomic mass of helium is... Nicely done. 4 mu is the solid answer. All elements in a column. Correct. Family group is the right answer. Families all have similar. Strong choice. Properties is the right answer. The A in Apeman stands for. Solid response. Atomic number is a valid choice. To find the atomic number. Sharp thinking. Number of protons is the right choice. Identify the atomic number. Well done. 15 is the right choice. What atomic number is neon? Nice selection. 10 is the correct and valid answer. Dash identifies an element. Correct response. Proton is the most accurate answer. An element is identified by. On track. Its number of protons is the correct answer. 13C has an atomic number of. Great job. 6 is the accurate answer. Atomic number of sodium dash. You're right. 11 is the correct answer. The atomic mass of silicon is... Good job. 28 works well here. The most recent atomic model. Well picked. Wave mechanical model is the correct answer. How do you find the neutrons? Right again. Atomic mass, atomic number is a valid answer. The atomic number of nitrogen. Nice work. You chose 7 and it is correct. What changes with an isotope? Perfect. Neutrons is the correct choice. E plus 3, what is the atomic number? Right choice. 26 is the best answer. Number of protons and neutrons. Valid point. Atomic mass is true. The atomic number of cobalt is. Smart pick. 27 is the correct choice. Electrons are involved in dash. Strong choice. Chemical reactions is the right answer. Who explained atomic stability? Sharp thinking. Niels Bohr is the right choice. Horizontal rows are called dash. Great thinking. Periods is the right choice. Electronic structure of Naratom.
On track. 281 is the correct answer.
What is the atomic no of carbon?
Perfect. 6 is the correct choice.
The isotopes of an element have. Right again. Both B and C is a valid answer. Vertical columns are called dash. Bravo. Groups is the answer. In beta decay, the atomic number. Nicely done. Increases by 1 is a solid answer. The atomic number of uranium is.
Excellent choice. 92 is the right answer.
Is the protons plus the neutrons. Correct response. Atomic mass is the most accurate answer. What element is atomic number 2? Well reasoned. Helium is the correct choice. What is the atomic mass of B12? Good job. 12 works well here. Who developed the atomic theory? Well picked. Dalton is the correct answer. Silicon-30 has an atomic mass of. Smart pick. 30 is the correct choice. What did James Chadwick discover? Valid point. Neutrons is true. The number of protons in an atom. Nice work. You chose atomic number, and it is correct. What is the atomic number of K40? You chose 19, and it is correct. Atomic number is the same as dash. Correct. Protons is the right answer. The atomic number of manganese is? Clear logic. Your choice 25 is sound. 2 or more different atoms combined. Great job. Compound is the accurate answer. What is a particle with no charge? Excellent. Neutron is a brilliant choice. What is this element's atomic mass? You got it. Your choice 24.305 is right. The number of neutrons equals dash. Exactly. Mass number, atomic number makes sense. Have a relative mass of the 1836. Solid response. A electrons is a valid choice. How is the periodic table arranged? Right choice. Increasing atomic number is the best answer. Atoms with a charge are called dash. Nice selection. Ions is the correct and valid answer. Which has a 3D hexagonal structure? Smart move. Diamond is an accurate answer. The number of protons plus neutrons. You're right. Mass number is the correct answer. What is the atomic mass of fluorine? Well done. 19 mu is the right choice. Dash is the joining of atomic nuclei. Good thinking. Fusion is the right answer. What is the atomic number of silver? Good thinking. 47 is the right answer. What is the atomic mass of magnesium? Well done. 24 is the right choice. The atomic number is the same as the... Sharp thinking. Protons is the right choice. What is the atomic mass of neon? Nicely done. 20 is a solid answer. Where are protons located in an atom? Valid point. In the nucleus is true. What is name of Dalton's atomic model? Correct response. Both and B is the most accurate answer.
The periodic table is in order by the
Clear logic. Your choice atomic number is sound, which has a 3D tetrahedral structure. Correct. Diamond is the right answer. What is the atomic number for carbon? On track, 6 is the correct answer. What does 84 represent in Krypton 84? Smart pick. The mass number is the correct choice. The number of protons in an element is solid response. The atomic number is a valid choice. Isotopes are atoms that have different. Excellent. Mass numbers is a brilliant choice. What is the atomic number of gold 21? You chose 79, and it is correct. What number is unique to each element? Great job. Atomic number is the accurate answer. Which atom has an atomic weight of 16? You got it. Your choice O is right. How do carbon-12 and carbon-14 differ? Right again. Different atomic mass is a valid answer. Develop the very first atomic theory. Good job. John Dalton works well here. Relative atomic masses are measured in. Bravo. Mu is the answer. We can use the color of a flame to dash. Strong choice. Identify a substance is the right answer. Positively charged subatomic particles. Smart move. Protons is an accurate answer. Which element has the atomic symbol Ag? Well picked. Mercury is the correct answer. What does the A in ape man stand for? Right choice. Atomic number is the best answer. The superscript 1 in neutron represents. You're right. Mass is the correct answer. What has the biggest volume in an atom? Excellent choice. Protons and neutrons is the right answer. What is the atomic number of an element? Perfect. Number of protons is the correct choice. An element's atomic number dash changes. Nice selection. Never is the correct and valid answer. Which element has an atomic number of 3? Great thinking. Lithium is the right choice. The atomic mass is a combination of dash. Well reasoned. Protons and neutrons is the correct choice. In the symbol widget 7, what the 7 stand for? Nice work. You chose atomic number, and it is correct. What is the atomic symbol for potassium? Exactly. K makes sense. How do you find the group for an element? Strong choice. Valence electrons is the right answer. Who proposed the atomic theory of matter? You got it. Your choice, John Dalton, is right. What is the relative mass of an electron? Right again. 18/6 is a valid answer. What is the atomic number of hydrogen? H. You chose 1, and it is correct. Isotopes all have the same number of dash. Smart pick. Protons is the correct choice. The element with the atomic number 14 is. Well picked. Silicon is the correct answer. What is the correct unit for atomic mass? Correct. A mu is the right answer. What is the structure of gamma radiation? Bravo. An electromagnetic wave is the answer. The top number in the isotope notation is solid response. The mass number is a valid choice. What is the atomic number for phosphorus? Exactly 15 makes sense. Anything that has mass and takes up space. Good thinking. Matter is the right answer. The atomic number indicates the number of. Sharp thinking. Protons is the right choice. What is the atomic number of sodium atom? Nicely done. 11 is a solid answer. Who came up with the modern atomic theory? Well done. Dalton is the right choice. What element is found in Group 5, Period 4? Nice selection. Vanadium tags 2.1 atomic structure is the correct and valid answer. Which element has an atomic mass of 1.2 A? Perfect. Hydrogen is the correct choice. What is the average atomic mass of oxygen? Good job. 15.99 works well here. Subatomic particles with a positive charge. Great job, protons is the accurate answer. What is the electronic structure of argon? Nice work. You chose 288, and it is correct. The number of protons and neutrons combine. Excellent. Mass number is a brilliant choice. What determines the identity of an element? You're right. The atomic number is the correct answer. The most modern atomic model is called dash. Correct response. Electron cloud model is the most accurate answer. All atoms of the same element have the same. Excellent choice. Atomic number is the right answer. Which scientist proposed this atomic model? On track. Rutherford is the correct answer. What atomic particle determines the element? Smart move. Protons is an accurate answer. Which particle determines the atomic number? Valid point. Proton is true. Which subatomic particles make up the atom? Great thinking. Electrons, protons, and neutrons is the right choice. Who proposed the first atomic view of matter? Well reasoned. Democritus is the correct choice. Elements in the same group have the same dash. Right choice. Number of valence electrons is the best answer. The average mass of all an element's isotopes. Clear logic. Your choice average atomic mass is sound. What determines the atomic number of an atom? Perfect. Number of protons is the correct choice. The atomic number will always be equal to the. Excellent choice. Number of protons is the right answer. Atomic radius increases down the group because. Great job. Number of shells increases is the accurate answer. The periodic table is organized by increasing. Right again. Atomic number is a valid answer. The number of protons and neutrons of an atom. Nicely done. Atomic mass is a solid answer. the subatomic particle having negligible mass.
On track. Electron is the correct answer.
What do we call the number 82 in this picture?
Correct response. Atomic number is the most accurate answer.
What is the name of atomic model of Rutherford? You're right. Planetary model is the correct answer. The atomic number identifies the number of dash.
Right choice. Protons is the best answer.
What is the atomic mass unit of a neutron? Nice work. You chose 1 and it is correct. The atomic model associated with Thomson is the...
Good job. Plum pudding model works well here.
Who arranged the periodic table by atomic mass? Well picked. Mendeleev is the correct answer. What were the original atomic weights based on?
Solid response. Hydrogen is a valid choice.
If the atomic number is 8, what is the element? Good thinking. Oxygen is the right answer. Mendeleev arranged the first periodic table by... Clear logic. Your choice increasing atomic mass is sound. What did Rutherford discover in his experiment? Exactly. Nucleus makes sense. Which subatomic particle has a positive charge? Well done. Protons is the right choice. What does the number after carbon 12 represent? Excellent. The atomic mass is a brilliant choice. What is the structure of a neutral phosphorus 32? Well reasoned. 15 protons, 17 neutrons, 15 electrons is the correct choice. An element's identity can be determined from its... You chose atomic number, and it is correct. Most of the mass of an atom is found at its dash. Smart pick. Nucleus is the correct choice. In which model are atoms imagined as tiny balls? Smart move. Dalton is an accurate answer. The atomic mass of an atom is its number of dash. You got it. Your choice protons plus neutrons is right. Elements in the periodic table are organized by... Correct. Atomic number is the right answer. Atomic model was termed the plum pudding model. Bravo. Joseph Thomson is the answer. The modern periodic table is organized based on... Great thinking. Atomic number is the right choice. Where are protons and neutrons found in an atom? Strong choice. Inside the nucleus is the right answer. The identity of an atom depends on the number of... Sharp thinking. Protons is the right choice. What does the atomic mass tell us about an atom? Nice selection. Protons plus neutrons is the correct and valid answer. What is N defined as in the Bohr's atomic model? Valid point. Principal quantum number is true. Rutherford's atomic model provided an idea about... Perfect. Nucleus is the correct choice. The atomic number and the dash is always the same. You're right. Protons is the correct answer. What does the number 37 represent in chlorine 37? Great thinking. Mass number is the right choice. The modern periodic table is arranged by the dash. Nicely done. Atomic number is a solid answer. Isotopes of the same element do not have the same. Well done. Mass number is the right choice. In the general notation of elements, Z stands for. Correct response. Atomic number is the most accurate answer. Across the period from left to right, atomic radius. Solid response. Decreases is a valid choice. The number of protons in an atom's nucleus is its. Excellent choice. Atomic number is the right answer. Elements in the same group or family have similar. Smart pick. Chemical properties is the correct choice.
Who proposed the first model for atomic structure? Correct. John Dalton is the right answer.
Atomic number of boron is 5. Find out its valency. Valid point. +3 is true. Which element will have the largest atomic radius? Clear logic. Your choice C is sound. The number 16 for the atomic element sulfur is the. You chose atomic number, and it is correct. The number in Cresser 84 represents what about krypton? Nice selection. The mass number is the correct and valid answer. What is the formula used to calculate atomic mass? Well reasoned. Protons plus neutrons is the correct choice. The relative atomic mass of an atom is measured in. Bravo! A mu is the answer. In chlorine 35, what does the number 35 represent? Exactly. Mass number makes sense. The element with an atomic mass of 12794 is dash. Excellent. Hydrogen is a brilliant choice. What unit is used to measure weighted atomic mass? Strong choice. A mu is the right answer. What unit is used to measure the weight of an atom? Nice work. You chose atomic mass unit, and it is correct. In modern atomic models, where electrons found. Right again. In an electron cloud is a valid answer. The atomic number is always equal to the number of. Good job. Protons works well here. What charged particle has one atomic mass unit? Well picked. Proton is the correct answer. This tells you the number of protons in the nucleus. Sharp thinking. Atomic number is the right choice. Carbon-12, carbon-13, and carbon-14 are examples of. Good thinking. Isotopes is the right answer. If element Q has 11 protons, its atomic dash is 11. On track. Number is the correct answer. If an atom has 7 protons, what is its atomic number? You got it. Your choice 7 is right. Which of these atoms has the largest atomic radius? Great job. Already is the accurate answer. The average mass of an element's atoms is called the. Smart move. Atomic mass is an accurate answer. Which periodic group has the smallest atomic radius? Right choice. Noble gases is the best answer. In the periodic block, the larger number is the dash. You chose atomic mass, and it is correct. If element has 20 protons, its dash is 23. Great thinking. Atomic number is the right choice. What is the atomic number of the element carbon? Nicely done. 6 is a solid answer. The isotopes hydrogen-1 and hydrogen-2 have the same. Bravo. Atomic number is the answer. The atomic number represents how many dash there are. Strong choice. Protons is the right answer. An element's atomic number is equal to its number of. Right choice. Protons is the best answer. All atoms of an element have the same number of dash. Valid point. Protons is true. Almost all of the mass of an atom is contained here. Smart move. Nucleus is an accurate answer. Equal to 1/12 of the mass of a carbon-12 atom. Exactly. Atomic mass unit makes sense. What do elements in a group or family have in common? Correct. Valence electrons' chemical properties is the right answer. What is the atomic number of carbon-12 and carbon-14? Nice selection. 6 is the correct and valid answer. The number of protons in an atom is equal to the dash. On track. Atomic number is the correct answer. If an atom gains neutrons, this would affect the dash. Correct response. Mass number is the most accurate answer. The atomic number of carbon is 6. It has dash protons. Good job, 6 works well here. Who started the modern-day atomic theory of the atom? Great job. Dalton is the accurate answer. An atom's atomic number comes from its number of dash. You're right. Protons is the correct answer. What is the atomic number of a neutral atom of argon? You got it. Your choice 18 is right. An atom has 9 protons, therefore its atomic number is. Smart pick. 9 is the correct choice. Isotopes have the same number of protons but different. Solid response. Number of neutrons is a valid choice. What number goes in the top right of a nuclear symbol? Nice work. You chose charge, and it is correct. In the modern periodic table, elements are arranged by. Good thinking. Atomic number is the right answer. The atomic mass of an element is usually expressed in. Excellent choice. Atomic mass units is the right answer. What is the element symbol if the atomic number is 15? Clear logic. Your choice P is sound. Number of protons in an atom, constant for an element. Perfect. Atomic number is the correct choice. The sum of protons and neutrons in a given isotope is. Well done. Mass number is the right choice. How do you find the number of electrons in an isotope? Sharp thinking. Atomic number is the right choice. Which subatomic particle determines what element it is? Well reasoned. Proton is the correct choice. How would you find the number of neutrons in an atom? Right again. Mass number, atomic number is a valid answer. Value representing the number of protons in an element. Excellent. Atomic number is a brilliant choice. The atom with the largest atomic radius in group 18 is. Well picked. Rn is the correct answer. What keeps electrons in orbit around the atomic nucleus? Excellent choice. Electrostatic attraction is the right answer. You can find the number of neutrons by subtracting dash.
On track. Atomic mass, atomic number is the correct answer.
The properties of an element can be predicted from dash. Clear logic. Your choice location on periodic table is sound. Which of these elements has the smallest atomic radius? Well reasoned. H is the correct choice. Elements in the same period always have dash in common. Great thinking. Energy levels is the right choice. Equal to the number of protons and neutrons in atom. Right again. Atomic mass is a valid answer. What is the sum of the protons and neutrons also called? Well done. Atomic mass is the right choice. Chemical elements are atoms that have the same substance. Valid point. Number of protons is true. An element W has atomic number 9. Find out whether it is. You're right. Non-metal is the correct answer. Two different isotopes of an element have different dash. Perfect. Numbers of neutrons is the correct choice. In what order are elements on the modern periodic table? Nicely done. Atomic number is a solid answer. The dash tells us how many energy shells an element has. Nice work. You chose period, and it is correct. The number of protons and neutrons is represented by the smart move. Mass number is an accurate answer. Region of space where an electron is likely to be found. You chose orbital, and it is correct. What is the total number of protons and neutrons called? Correct. Mass number is the right answer. In a correctly written symbol, what would X represent? Right choice. Element symbol is the best answer. Which quantity can vary among atoms of the same element? Strong choice. Mass number is the right answer. The nuclei of isotopes contain different numbers of dash. Excellent. Neutrons is a brilliant choice. The atomic weight represents the weighted average of the sharp thinking. Isotopes is the right choice. One or two letters that represent the name of an element. Bravo. Element symbol is the answer. What is the name of the element with the atomic number 6? Good job. Carbon works well here. Average mass of all the protons and neutrons in the atom. You got it. Your choice atomic mass is right. How many protons would an atom with atomic number 6 have? Great job. 6 is the accurate answer. The atomic number tells us the number of dash in an atom. Smart pick. Protons is the correct choice. If an atom has 9 electrons, then its atomic number must be. Exactly. 9 makes sense. Element number 22 has how many protons? Solid response. 22 is a valid choice. The atomic mass of this subatomic particle is nearly 0. Well picked. Electron is the correct answer. Which particles determine the atomic number of an element? Good thinking. Neutrons and protons is the right answer.
How are the elements arranged on the periodic table today?
Nice selection. By atomic number is the correct and valid answer. Calculation used to find the number of neutrons in an atom. Correct response. Mass number minus atomic number is the most accurate answer. Compared to an atom of C12, an atom of C14 has a greater. On track. Mass number is the correct answer. An element's atomic number tells you how many dash it has.
Correct response. Protons is the most accurate answer.
The number of protons in the nucleus is indicated by what?
Strong choice. Atomic number is the right answer.
The sum of protons and neutrons in an atom equals the dash. Nice selection. Mass number is the correct and valid answer. Which of the following is not one of the four quantum numbers? You chose structure quantum number, and it is correct. Measure mainly of the nuclear particles, protons plus neutrons. Perfect. Mass number is the correct choice. How are the elements in the modern periodic table arranged? Good thinking. Atomic number is the right answer. Which of the following are not found in the atomic nucleus? Sharp thinking. Electrons is the right choice. How many electrons does the ion O2 have? Good job. 10 works well here. Measure the particles inside the nucleus. Protons plus neutrons. You got it? Your choice, atomic mass, is right. Who was the first person to come up with the atomic theory? Smart pick. John Dalton is the correct choice. Which of the following elements has an atomic number of 27? Great job, cobalt is the accurate answer. When an atom gains a valence electron, it becomes a dash. Well reasoned. Anion is the correct choice. Honors question. Change in an atom's nucleus is called what? Nicely done. Nuclear reaction is a solid answer. Guess the element atomic no. Equal to 4 subatomic mass no. Equal to 100 asable equal tog. Clear logic. Your choice silver is sound. Oxygen atoms, sulfur atoms, and selenium atoms have the same. Excellent. Oxidation state is a brilliant choice. What is defined as 1/12 the mass of a carbon-12 atom? Right again. Atomic mass is a valid answer. What is the atomic number for an element with 3 protons? Valid point. 3 is true. Which person is known for starting the modern atomic theory? Excellent choice. Dalton is the right answer. What is the name of the atomic model proposed by J. Thomson? You're right. Pudding is the correct answer. Use your periodic table. What is the atomic number for iron? Bravo, 26 is the answer. The periodic table was arranged by increasing atomic mass by... Nice work. You chose Mendeleev and it is correct. Who arranged the periodic table by increasing atomic number? Solid response. Mostly is a valid choice. Which value on the periodic table is almost always a decimal? Great thinking. Atomic mass is the right choice. What was the name of J.J. Thomson's model of atomic structure?
Smart move. Plum pudding model is an accurate answer.
The number at the bottom of a periodic table tile is the dash.
Well picked. Atomic mass is the correct answer.
How many protons are present in an atom with atomic number 8?
Correct. 8 is the right answer.
When elements are grouped together vertically, they have dash.
Right choice. Same atomic number is the best answer.
Which atom structure is responsible for the mass of the atom?
Exactly. Nucleus makes sense. A unit of mass that describes the mass of an atom or molecule. Well done. Atomic mass unit is the right choice.
Elements on the periodic table are ordered according to their.
Great thinking. Atomic number is the right choice. Which of the following determines the identity of an element? Correct response. Number of protons is the most accurate answer.
Who among the following proposed the atomic theory of matter?
Solid response. John Dalton is a valid choice. How many electrons are in an atom with an atomic number of 50? Nice work. You chose 50 and it is correct. The number of protons in the nucleus of one atom of an element. Perfect. Atomic number is the correct choice. An atom has 6 protons and 7 neutrons. What is its atomic mass? Well done. 13 is the right choice. What is the unit used to measure weighted average atomic mass? Excellent choice. Mu is the right answer. The atomic number provides which of the following information? Bravo. Number of protons is the answer. Which subatomic particle refers directly to the atomic number? Ooh. Well reasoned. Proton is the correct choice.
Which corner of the isotope symbol contains the atomic number?
You got it. Your choice lower left is right.
Particles smaller than an atom.
Well picked. Subatomic particles is the correct answer.
The electron configuration of potassium is on track. 2881 is the correct answer.
The atomic number for any element indicates the number of dash.
Correct. Protons is the right answer.
If you change the number of electrons in an atom, what changes?
You chose charge, and it is correct.
Which of the following is the atomic number of an alkali metal?
Smart pick. 19 is the correct choice. How many neutrons are in the element whose atomic number is 22? Excellent. 26 is a brilliant choice. A pure substance whose atoms all have the same atomic number is. Exactly. An element makes sense. A famous scientist who put forward an atomic theory in 1808 . Nice selection. John Dalton is the correct and valid answer. The atomic dash tells you how many protons are there in an atom. Smart move. Number is an accurate answer. The first to develop an atomic model on experimental foundations. Right choice.
Rutherford is the best answer.
Valence electrons are important because they tell the atoms dash.
Clear logic. Your choice reactivity with other atoms is sound.
An atom has 4 neutrons and 5 protons. What is its atomic number?
Valid point. 5 is true.
The dash of an element can be calculated by the formula P++ in Zevu.
Strong choice. Mass number is the right answer.
The atomic number is equal to the number of dash in the nucleus. Nicely done. Protons is a solid answer.
What is the atomic number of the element in the periodic square?
Sharp thinking. 3 is the right choice.
What is the term for the number of protons in an atom's nucleus? You're right. Atomic number is the correct answer.
The atomic number is the number of in the nucleus of an atom. Good job. A protons works well here. A pure form of matter that cannot be broken into other elements. Great job. Element is the accurate answer.
Which subatomic particles are used to determine the atomic mass?
Good thinking. Protons and neutrons is the right answer.
In a sample of copper, all of the atoms have dash atomic number.
Right again. The same is a valid answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format?
Nicely done. Contact Narayan Changda is a solid answer.